So, first let's do our columns, shall we? Well, I have a 2 and an 8, so I think I could pull a 2 out. I also have an x squared and an x, so I can also pull an x out. Now this column, I have an x here but no x's here, so I can't pull any of that out. I've got a 3 here and a 12 here, so I guess I could pull out a 3. Now let's do our rows. I have a 2x and a 3x, so let's see, I can't pull out a 2 or a 3, so it looks like I'll just have to pull out an x. Okay, now I've got this row. We've got an 8, an x, and a 12. Well, you don't share any x's, so no variables can come out. So it looks like it's just going to be a 4. 4 goes into both 8 and 12. Yes, jolly good. Now, we're almost done. Our two answers are here and here. All these numbers are positive, so this is 2x plus 3 times x plus 4 is all equal to 0. Now, I could FOIL this out to check my answer, get us right back to there, but let's go ahead and find our answers. Here we know x is going to be a negative 4 because of this. But over here we have this 2 there, so we can't just say it's going to be negative 3. So, what we do is we take this number, put it over this number, 3 halves. Because 3 halves times 2 would be 3. We don't want 3, we want negative 3. So therefore it should be negative 3 halves. And there are our two answers. Alright, let's do a couple more like this. Four x squared plus 7x plus 3. Okay, so step 1 again, multiply our 4 and 3. Equal to 0, sorry. 4 times 3 is 12. Now, let's look at our factors of 12 that combine to 7. Let's see here, 1 and 12. Well, that doesn't get us to 7 anywhere near it. Say we can do 2 and 6. That gets us to 8, and that doesn't quite help. Let's see here, we could do a 3 and 4. There we go, 3 and 4, 7. Perfect. So I can draw my window now. Remember, top left corner is our first term. These two boxes are those two numbers, followed by our variable. Now it does not matter which one I put in which box. Not at all. It does not matter. I could put the 3x here, the 4x here. Won't make a difference. Last box, last term, 3. So affecting my columns, I can pull out a 4x and a 3. Our rows, I can factor a x, and that's about it. So the only thing I can pull out of the bottom is a 1. So our answers are x is equal to 4x plus 3 and x plus 1. So, I apologize, that's factored, so x does not equal that. This is equal to 0. Now, since this is equal to 0, I can find my answers. X is negative 1 from here, or from here, x is equal to a negative 3/4. And there's that problem. Jolly good. Now, one more. Last one. 3x squared minus 16x minus 12 is equal to 0. negatives again. Ugh, darn those negatives. 3 times negative 12. Negative 36. So what are my factors of 36, negative 36, that will combine to be negative 16? Well, let's see here. We've got 1 and 36. Won't bring us anywhere close. We can do 2 and 18. By golly, I think we might have it. Since this is a negative 36, so one of these is going to be negative, and one's going to be positive. So I can make this a negative, and this a positive, and 18, negative 18 plus 2 is a negative 16. There we go. So, make our window 3x squared, first term. Bring these down, 2x positive. Up here we have a negative 18x. Down here are negative 12. Columns first. Dropped everything now. So here I can pull out an x. And here I can pull out a negative 6. Both of those terms are negative, so I can pull it out. I pull out the negative with it. Going this way. A 3x squared and a negative 18, well, I know I can get an x out. Now the greatest common factor of 3 and 18, well, it would have to be 3. Now, this one is positive, and this one is negative. So since they're not both negative, we can't pull out the negative as well. Only pull out the negative if they're both negative. So we do our last row. Looks like I can pull out a 2. So I have x minus 6 times 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to FOIL this one just to make sure I did this one right. So x times 3x is going to be 3x squared. X times 2 is plus 2x. Negative 6 times 3x is negative 6, 12, 18, 8x. And negative 6 times positive 2 is a negative 12. Combine my like terms. Got us right back to the beginning, so it was done correctly. Now, because I know this is correct, I can take a venture at my two answers. X is equal to a 6, positive 6, or a negative 2/3. And that is factoring. Now, if factoring does not work, and it won't always work, if none of these factors add up to this middle term, then it's time to bust out the quadratic formula. Any questions? If so, you know who I am.